Hey guys, this is Piper here again. This is a long time since I brought a last video. Playing Napoleon Total War today. Playing as France. It's an online battle, 3 versus 3. Got two allies. One guy's called BallinWithStalin. Unfortunately, you don't actually see the names on Napoleon Total War for some reason. So he's playing as Netherlands. So it's not a very good faction to play. Playing with a guy called Moon, or a girl called Moon rather. She's playing as Russia. We've got three other opponents there. So get it started. So I think if I just check the names. The names were Vasily, Grozny, Reaver, Lever, Access, and Dmitry Ivanov. So they were the names of my opponents for this battle. And we're also playing Grassy Flatlands. So we'll speed this up. My personal preference is Grassy Flatlands. I don't really like camping on hills. It's quite fun to play different maps. But Grassy Flatlands is a lot more fairer, I think. There's a lot more camping that goes on when you have hills and forests and cover and buildings. So this is a lot fairer map in my opinion, and in comparison to other Total Wars you have lots of trees everywhere and it's a bit more interesting. So you can still use the terrain, but you don't have all the hill camping and the buildings and whatnot. So we'll have a look at some of the armies. I went with France. I brought 4 Swiss foot and 1 Polish legion, 2 militia, 4 light, 3 au garde, Marseille Dessus, that's the general, and 2 Chasseurs à cheval, they can fire rifles, and 2 lancers. Lancers are Cheveux Legion Lancers. My ally Moon went with Prussia, so he brought 3 mounted rifles, a lot of Cossacks cavalry. I think he went with like 6. 3. No, he went for 5 Cossack cavalry with 1 experience. He went with, just see in the top there, he's going to shoot some rifles there, but he's going to get chased down by the Uhlans of Austria. Our opponents went Britain, Prussia and Austria. So you'll have 4 Jaegers, 2 lifeguards there, and a fair amount of musketeers, and Semenovsky lifeguard as well. So he's got 3 guards. Just check up here. Moon's fired some rifles at the Uhlans, and he's going to bring in the Cossacks in, and they're going to chase down the Uhlans. Well, they're quite close to the line there, so they won't get too close. But I think he does actually catch one of the Uhlans as they're retreating. They did a quite good charge there on the rifles. You can see there their morale's quite low and suffer quite a lot of damage. They're at half strength. So Moon charges in. She catches this Uhlan. They're obviously a bit winded from running about. That's one of the benefits of Russia. Class is an inferior faction. The line's not very good in comparison to Britain, Prussia, but they can bring fairly cheap cavalry. So they can bring good Cossacks. They've got mounted rifles, and the melee stats on the infantry, they have a good charge bonus, but in standing up with the guns, fairly weak. Austria opponent brought a lot of Hungarian Fusiliers, That's 4 there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Fusiliers, 6 Ulans, 3 Ulans, and looks like about 3 or 4 Jaegers and General Staff. Prussia, Foot Guards, 1 Foot Guard, 4 Foot Guards, 1 8th Light Life Regiment, and Grenadiers, 1 Grenadiers. And he's obviously got sharpshooters there because he's put stakes up, and he's got some fairly powerful cavalry there. Great Britain brought 3 Foot Guards, Highland Foot, looks like 3 Highland Foot, 4 Highland Foot, and 2 German Legion Foot. And he's got, looks like rifles there at the front, and he's got 2 Life Guards and 1 General Staff. And lastly, our ally that went the Netherlands, he's got 2 Carabineers on the right flank, 2 Light Dragoons and 1 Hussars. He's not really a very experienced opponent for our enemies because he just charges the cavalry in, and he's going to run into all this firepower, and one of the Hussars just routed right there. He's going to charge the Light Dragoons in, try and catch the rifles, but again, big mistake because he's going to run straight into this wall of lead basically, because these Foot Guards have experience as well. So it wasn't the smartest of moves right there. Another thing to note is Holland's considered one of the worst factions to play in the game. The lines, most of the factions in Napoleon Total War have some ability, they have some advantage. For example, Russia isn't a very good faction with the infantry, but they do have some benefits with the cavalry and the melee attacks. There's nothing that Holland has, United Netherlands have, that gives them any advantage at all. So basically, the ally wasted 3 units of cavalry there. He still got he's got 9 units of line, 2 Grenadiers, some rifles at the front, 2 Carabineers, and they're pretty good cavalry actually. I think they're quite expensive though, but if they're used properly they can be useful. So I told, he was called BallinWithStalin, he went Holland. I told him just to sit back. Myself and Moon are going to work on Austria and Prussia. We don't want him to move forward, get annihilated, and then we get outflanked. The plan was Moon's going to pressurise Austria. I'm going to help her do that. And we're going to win on the left flank, and then after that we're going to help Ballin take on Great Britain, because with him just sitting there, that's good for us because we want to keep Great Britain right there, because in a 1 versus 1 battle, Ballin will not be able to defeat that in this situation. So the last thing we want is for him to get annihilated. One thing I don't like about Napoleon Total War is the maps are fairly small in regards to how big the battles are, in my opinion. You can see here, quite a big fan of the first Rome Total War. Used to play a lot of, it was called CWB, which is like a clan, it's a clan rules battle kind of thing. It's a way of making the battles fairer. One of the rules is no line camping. In Napoleon Total War, the maps are so small for 3 versus 3, even 2 versus 2. Enables the players to just spam line infantry and then just cover themselves right round. So Moon's at quite a big disadvantage here because she's brought 5 units of Cossacks, and these are pretty good cavalry for the price. But you can't really use them because she'd want to run over here, but since she does that, she's going to get shot by lead by these 2 grenadiers, and there's cavalry here, so there's no way that Moon can outflank. So I don't like how the battles are. They have very, very small maps in comparison to the army sizes. Effectively, Austria's basic line camping, in my opinion, is so close to the red line. So Moon's going to have to use her cavalry in a different way. So moved our Jaegers forward. I've moved my French army forward. We're going to pressurise this weak area, because no matter how far, how much this army gets close to the red line, it's actually a weakness as well, because it forces, it makes this area very vulnerable, because when they pull back, it makes them very vulnerable again. So we're going to move forward my light. I've got, should have said before, I've got 4 units of, I think it's pronounced Voltigers. And we're going to shoot some of the Jaegers. Another thing is, crossfire is very important in Napoleon Total War. It's important to keep your line separate from your light, because you can see here bullets fly over, bullets miss targets, and they can hit men at the back. Just watch here. There's bullets flying over the light. What that means is, if I was to say target the Hungarian Fusiliers, I would hit units at the back. So that'd be the general staff, that would be the more light, more Jaegers, more Hungarian Fusiliers. If I was to attack these units here, all these units here would be susceptible to crossfire. So even though they are line camping and it is quite strong, it does have its drawbacks. I've put my cavalry on the left flank with Moon. My rifles can shoot, and I do have 2 lancers as well, so that's going to back up Moon. So they're going to get some kills there as well. Pretty cool. I also got 2 units of militia as well. They're going to be used as a meat shield. I'm slightly wasting these militia as well. I could have probably used them a bit better, but I'm getting some really good shots on
our general is under attack.
Getting some good shots on the foot guards here, and so they're wasting ammo on the militia as well. So it's kind of beneficial, I guess. Allies just used a general ability here on his army. Bit of a waste, but all in all, he's still doing what we'd asked him to do. He's standing still. Would have been better if he moved back a little bit. He's taking a lot of damage from the rifles, but he's not attacking, which is what we want. We want him to stay there. Okay, one of my militia units just routed there, but our light, our 4 units of light, they're doing a lot of damage on the grenadiers and the foot guards. So making quite a smart move here is putting his lights around the sides. Should have really moved his line forward. Moon doing a great job here. She's put her light in the middle. She's getting a lot of kills. She's putting her musketeers right there.
Our men are running, sir.
So in this situation, the musketeers are going to be destroyed by the Hungarian Fusiliers, but for the price that the Fusiliers are better for melee attacks, so She will lose this battle, this engagement, but she will gain benefits from it. And she has our musketeers here, and I'm not very good pronouncing the names. I think it's pronounced Sebenovsky Lifeguard. So they're in a blocked formation, but these units are shooting at the musketeers, where they're blocked up, so it means that the infantry fire is actually more directed. They will take a lot more damage though. My light's doing a great job in the middle. He went from moving his lights from the left into the centre. Another thing to point out is he went for the sharpshooters. And 1 versus 1, my lights for the price are better. So we're getting a lot of good damage right here. So right now it's quite close on our side. And Minstrel has 2 units of Lifeguard foot, left flank with the Cossacks. You can see Netherlands just basically moving about. Staying put, which is what we wanted. And Moon's putting in the mounted rifles again, so they're going to get some good shots. See there, there's a great shot right there. And these are fairly good cavalry as well. The mounted rifles have the ability to run in, shoot, and then withdraw. And that's a very good position to shoot from. She's not actually being engaged with any infantry, but she's getting quite good shots back. Just check out some of the detail of these. So that's very nice uniforms. Another thing that I should point out, I'm actually playing on my laptop. Actually, yeah, I went for a charge with my lancers, and right there, Austria, I got some kills on the lights, and I withdrew my cavalry, and Austria counter-charged with the Uhlans. But we put in 2 units of line into square mode, and I'll bring over my old guard as well, just to support this area. Now hopefully that kills a lot of Uhlans.
Our men are running, sir!
So that's just, I think that's one of my lights ran there. Yeah. So as I was saying before, I'm actually playing this, the graphics are a little bit low on the settings. I'm playing on my laptop. And I used to play with, I think it was high in the particle effect, so I could get the smoke with the guns. And it is nice to see that. But I learned that, well, I didn't learn, but the game runs a lot faster when I take that off and when I decrease the settings. So you see there, Great Britain bring over 2 foot guard. I withdrew. I saw that happening. The game runs a lot better when I play with the automatic settings, and I do that. But then I think it's unit detail in high to get all the cool uniforms with all the detail. That's the only thing really I have on high. But yeah, I'm playing my laptop, so I have an integrated graphics card, so it's not the best. But I don't actually mind playing these settings, because I actually prefer like the old school sort of the layout, like not much detail. As long as the game runs fast, that's my biggest priority. And you can see here, we're closing in a lot on the left flank, and they're repositioning. by pulling back, and this will actually enable Moon to outflank now with his units.
Sir,
2 units
your
of
general has been killed.
lifeguard
This
foot.
is a black day.
What actually happened there was Austria made a pretty good move. Oh, I made a big mistake as well. I didn't see when Austria charged forward. I thought all the Uhlans had died, but actually 2 were still alive, and they came around and killed my general. So that was quite a good move by him. So we're going to press forward now, moving forward with my lights in front of my line. I've got 2.
Our brave ally has fallen, sir.
I've got 4 units of Swiss foot and 1 Polish legion. So if these guys charge forward for a melee assault, the legion with the 1 chevron will be able to repel quite easily. The Hungarian Fusiliers on the right flank, on their right flank. Moon's coming round. So they were treated to be instantly pushed forward. And you can see here, you can see the layout of this guy's army. He's got everything bunched up, not a very good layout. Right now the battle's kind of 50-50. The guy's fulfilled his purpose. He didn't attack at the start and get his army wasted. He's given us time to work on Prussia and Austria. But we do need him to get at least a few kills in Great Britain. So again, these guys are withdrawing, we're pushing forward, and we're getting a lot of kills here. Still got some Lancers. I've got the Old Guard left. And this dude is getting more. So the Old Guard are the best units in the game for the infantry. So when I play as France, I tend to always bring 3 units of Old Guard because they're really, really good units and they have the ability to really win the end game. And this is one of the things that my opponent did really well here. Well, my ally did really well. He actually brought over 2 units of line infantry to attack the foot guards. So we're putting a lot of pressure right here. So my ally is pretty new to the game. He was doing his best, and I think he did okay. He's only been playing for a couple of, maybe like 30 or 40 hours. I checked on the Steam profile. So he did his best, and this was a good move here, putting extra pressure on the foot guards. So he will get destroyed here from all his firepower, but he is doing some good damage here. And that's my last unit of lights just routed. Still got the 3 units of Old Guard. Moon doing a great job here. The opponents just used the rally ability with the general staff. Now being outflanked. And she's using the mounted rifles. You might be wondering where all the Cossacks went. And she used them throughout the battle just to charge the infantry. Just to stop them firing at her musketeers. And that was a really good way of using the Cossacks, because she couldn't outflank because of the red line.
Our men are running, sir.
So everything's lined up. We've got the musketeers as long as possible. We've got the lifeguard foot coming round, and there's more. The last unit of Cossacks right there running in, and I've still got 2 units of Lancers, which are, one's fairly depleted, one's about just over half strength. And that was a great move by Moon there, doing a lot of damage in behind the lines of the enemy. Again, stupid move there by my ally, running in 3 units of line to attack the Highland foot in melee. And the Highland foot, you pay extra for the melee stats, so it's not a good move there by my ally. but a gap opened up, charged in my general, who is now dead actually, the general unit, the 2 lancers, just to do some damage in the rear of the enemy. So you see the massive lines opened up there between Great Britain, the Great Britain line. So hopefully they can get the kill on the Prussian general, who I think's still alive. General Blucher, I think it's pronounced. I think the French army, the French general might be still alive. Heroic death, heroic ally general killed. Yeah, so he's still alive. No, yeah, that's my general. The Austrian general's still alive. So we're march forward the old guard.
Our men are running, sir.
And they're going to destroy the foot guards. And then we'll concentrate our forces to kill the last of the British forces. Still some units of Uhlans and the Prussian general still alive, I think. So right now the battle's in our favour. Our ally, Great Britain, Netherlands rather, pretty much his whole army's been annihilated. You see him right in there. He did get some kills in Great Britain. He still has, probably has about 150 line left, roughly. Still got the 3 old guard. They're not full strength. One's 78, 2 are about half strength, and still have the Swiss foot and 1 Polish legion. So there's still a good proportion of the French army left. Still have some cavalry, 3 units of the general. Moon still has a lot of forces left. She's got almost 2 full strength lifeguard foot and 1 Semenovsky lifeguard is about 54, so like almost 3/4, about 3/4 full, and some musketeers. And she has 1 general staff left and a mounted rifle, but they're very low morale. They've lost so many troops that they probably won't last too long. So Great Britain still has the Highland foot.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
And the King's German Legion foot. You see these guys are kilted. High morale, very good stats in the melee, very good charge, but a bit expensive on the stand up with the firing. So we've got kind of a curved shape here coming around.
A glorious victory,
Been increasing his life up, that these guys will just destroy the Highland foot, firing at 2 angles. When these guys fire, it's going to do a lot of crossfire right in there. That's the Austrian Lancers left, the Prussian Lancers rather, and the General. I told the Holland guy to go on the right flank, because directly fighting the British lines, they won't stand a chance, but an inferior army attacking from the sides has a better chance. So we've got Old Guard and Lifeguard foot, and they're the cream of the cream, so we can take them on head on, but the Holland is much better attacking from the sides, gives them a chance to engage with a better opportunity.
Our men are running, sir.
So these Old Guard are coming in, and this is where the Old Guard are really powerful in games. The Old Guard have a morale decreasing effect as well. Enemies fear the Old Guard. So these guys are low morale anyway, because at the end game, usually the general's dead, or sometimes the general's dead. So the enemy's much more prone to routing, so the old guard have a big advantage in the end game. So not only are the old guard very powerful units, they can also cause enemies to fear them, and that decreases morale even further. So they're very powerful units, the old guard. We've got the old guard marching forward. We're going to shoot the sights of the foot. Got the Swiss Guard fighting the general staff there. And that's the foot running there. Musketeers charging. They have a very good charge bonus, and the Highland foot do have good melee stats. But the combination of the battle being over, suffer casualties, the old guard, they routed pretty easily. Sorry, I just burped there. And we've got the Prussian general about to die there. The musketeers were in square mode. That's the battle won. That was a really great battle. Again, I'm not a big fan of the maps being so small, but it was good getting that win there. Moon did a great job. She's played a lot of Napoleon Total War, and she had a great time on the left flank, pressing Austria. She got the most kills. She got 975 kills, and she didn't actually lose that many troops. She lost a lot of troops, but not that many. I got 871 kills. BallinWithStalin got 323 kills. That's not many kills, but if he hadn't got those kills, we'd not have won. So he's quite a new player, and I thought he did pretty well for the faction he went, for what he did. He followed the orders of staying put, just to hold in line. Grozny player got 639 kills. Lever 571, and Dmitry Ivanov, who in Great Britain, 907 kills. And so well played by the opponents, and well played by our team, especially Moon. She did a great job. Thanks for watching. This is Piper signing off.